Welcome back to the Roadside Rescue YouTube channel. On this episode, I have a buddy who I play soccer with often. He called me up and he has this cool old Tacoma. He's been taking this thing off-roading and recently took it in the desert. Unbeknownst to me, what exactly happened, it's been shaking real bad and he wants me to replace some components, hoping that'll stop the shaking. He just dropped off his truck, let's get to it. Alright, I'm gonna get this jacked up safely and take the tire off. The components I'm replacing are the common death wobble components, specifically the ball joints and the sway bar end link. However, I'm going to end up replacing the outer tie rods as well. Alright, now that I've got that tire off, you can really see how bad of a shape everything under here is. I actually didn't realize it was going to be quite this rusty, and I don't actually have a real press, so let's see how it goes. This video is sponsored by 𝕗𝖊𝖓. In this sponsored segment, I'm going to be putting this 𝕗𝖊𝖓 polisher to the test. And to do that, I brought a truly special item to help us out. This hood's been super weathered for 25 years outside. And with a generic polishing compound, I'll show you how this orbital polisher will make this look 100 times better. Alright, it's got 6 different speeds you can select here. Okay, now I've got this hood just set up on my desk chair here. Alright, and then in just a minute, that polishes up super nice. Well, if you're interested in results like these, check out this 𝕗𝖊𝖓 polisher. I'll put the link in the description in the pinned comment. If not, back to the video. Alright, so now we're back here. I'm going to go ahead and bust some bolts and see if I can take all this stuff loose. Come along and see if I can get this done without a press. Okay. Alright, if you noticed that the nut was missing on that sway bar end link, I already took that off. I'm just using a pry bar here to pull that out. Alright, I've got that new one. These will go in the quickest out of anything, so I'm doing these first. Always changing the size of the nuts. When you get a different kit, it goes from 14 to 15 or 15 to 16 or 15 to 14 or whatever. That drives me crazy. I always like to go back and tighten everything down by hand just to make sure it's tight. Alright, now I'm going to move over to this brake caliper. Those bolts are super stuck, so I'm going to hit on those for a bit and get them loose. Bigger wrench. So I'll put that on this side. Holy smokes. That was tight. 2-foot breaker bar. With all my body weight, that was... Alright, I've gone ahead and just used one of those bendy cable ties to put that caliper out of the way here. Don't have to worry about that. Alright, I've used my impact to undo this outer tie rod end. I'm trying to knock it out with a hammer at first, but it wouldn't budge, so I had to use a pickle fork. It was worn out anyway, so I told the customer, and it was best to just replace those, so I went ahead and headed to the auto parts store to pick up one of those. And I'm going to count how many spins it takes to take this off. That way I can put the new one back on in relatively the same place. 16, 17. Alright, so with that I avoided the first mishap and just took both those out together. I've got a new lower here. I'm going to go ahead and put that in, and then we'll get that outer on after. Just gonna get that new ball joint tightened down real quick. And can't forget that nut on the bottom. Alright, so I'm gonna go rent a press, a ball joint press for the upper. It's got a C-clip, but it'll still need to be pressed out, and some outer tie rod ends, since I wasn't able to even get that other one out, wherever it went. I always try and do it gently first so I don't ruin the boot, but I didn't even get it out with my pickle fork. So let's go grab that. Alright, so I just got back from renting a ball joint press. I always return them because I've yet to rent one that's new. The day I rent one that's new, I won't return it, and I'll just keep it. But they're always in pretty beat up shape, so I don't want to hold on to one of these. So every time I do ball joints, I get a new one. Here's those C-clips in this worn out ball joint. This will be fun. We should be able to pop this in and out real quick, and then be on to the other side. Okay, probably should wear safety glasses. So that's how I get that snap ring out of there without snap ring pliers that are strong enough for that. Now that ball joint press will send that out that way. Alright, I got that tire put back on. I'm gonna go ahead and jack up this other side now, and we'll get going over there. Alright, so I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. It all went smoothly, luckily, on this side. Unfortunately though, this didn't stop the wobbling in the vehicle. The wobble feels like something rotating. It just gets worse the faster you go. My buddy just asked me how much it would cost to replace all these things, and he already had them on stock. So I didn't do the diagnosing, but he was pretty bummed that this didn't fix the problem. As you can see, everything looked great though. If you like this episode, leave a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll make more of this kind. If you want to donate, you can donate at the links down in the description. And check out this video next. Thanks for watching. As always, I'll see you on the next episode, and that was a job well done.